check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What's up guys, welcome to the very first video on the Busy Orange YouTube channel, and today we are focusing on how to start a city in Cities Skylines without actually going bankrupt or even taking out a loan. We are using a beautiful map created from the area around Innsbruck, Austria, but I don't want to recreate Innsbruck, I don't want to recreate any real city. I just want to play and I just want to enjoy it, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it too. Now I'm just building a basic road system to start the city, and I think this is one of the first key points you should consider when playing without unlimited money and trying to avoid bankruptcy and even taking out loans, that you shouldn't plan for a huge or large city, or you shouldn't plan for the bright distant future. When you're starting out with something, you should just plan to be efficient and to start earning money, and that's what we are basically doing here, just drawing a basic road layout system. And I'm gonna split the city in two parts at the beginning. I want the industry to be far away, or as far away as possible from the residential areas, so I'm gonna place the residential areas to the right hand side and the industry to the left hand side next to the highway. Nothing fancy here, just using very basic road layout system. Some gamers even advise you to start with dirt roads, because obviously dirt roads are cheaper and their maintenance is much cheaper, but I don't think that's necessary. You will see we're gonna survive without taking out a loan and without going bankrupt even using regular paved roads. I know that I want to have a nice city center somewhere around here in the future, but that's not the way you start something. This is even, or this principle even applies to real life. I guess some people try to start something like an online business or enterprise, and they just want to focus on building big things at the beginning. At the beginning you should only focus on start to generate money. So that's the most important thing. Another thing in Cities Skylines is the water system and the electricity system, basically infrastructure. Infrastructure is very expensive, so you should avoid building large infrastructures in the beginning. That's why we are building a small road system, and that's why we try to build our first power plant as close to the city as we can. And the same with the whole water system, you should build your water source and your water treatment plants as close to the city as you can. And that's the same reason I was playing with the budgeting here, trying to spend as little on infrastructure as we can. You can play with the electricity and you can play with the water budgeting at the beginning, and we are kind of out of electricity, so that doesn't work in this situation, but we can lower the budget for the water treatment plant and the water source system, so the whole water system, and this way we are going to spend less and avoiding bankruptcy. And yes, we reached the little hamlet, and now we have the possibility to raise our taxes, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and raise the taxes to 12% and start generating more money. And as you can see, the city is generating money even at this early stage. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and place the garbage facility, a landfill, and I'm also gonna place a school and a clinic. You can place these down in this early stage. I like to use this as early as possible to educate citizens and make the city more prosperous. And as you can see, this is the first time that I'm using a 4-lane road in our city. If you are playing this way, you don't have to worry about going bankrupt, and as you can see, you don't even need a loan. You can have a prosperous city. Just take care, or just pay attention not to build huge infrastructures at the beginning. And why a 4-lane road? That's because now I can start thinking about the future as we generate money in very slow steps, but I can plan ahead and say that okay, we want to have a larger road here, obviously because the traffic's gonna increase, and just before placing down the school and the clinic, we can upgrade, or we can use a 4-lane road here. Nothing fancy, and don't spend more, but we can do that because we are in the green numbers. I regularly check electricity and water, and now we are low in electricity, so I need to up the budget, and we also need another wind turbine, and soon we're gonna need another or a larger power plant. And here I go ahead and plan a much nicer residential neighborhood. This is the first time I can say I can afford something like that. You see the curved roads, which many people like. Just we need to place our new residents here, and they're gonna love this place. And you can see that we are still in the green numbers, and that's what's most important. That's what matters most for me. And obviously you need to adjust the industry and commercial and residential demand, or place down houses and industry. And you need to take care, or need to check very closely the energy consumption and water consumption. And this is the time when I place down the coal power plant and I turn off the wind turbines to save money, and make a little expansion of the industry first, as the industrial demand is quite high. And then I'm gonna place down, or I'm gonna start placing down the houses or the housing area in our new expansion. But of course, before that, we need to supply water for our new residents. So this is where we place down the houses, and of course some commercial, because shops are always needed. And I'm also gonna turn down the budget on the electricity and on the water, but that's just very fast here, so I don't know if you will be able to see that in the video. And now we are basically expanding. I'm checking the schooling. You should regularly check your infrastructure. And now I'm turning down the budgeting, and I just make the simulation faster, and we wait for the next level, which is gonna be the worthy village, and just enjoy the simulation in the meanwhile. And yes, we are a worthy village now, and we have new possibilities, of course, but we have new challenges. And this is still a stage when the budget of your city is very fragile, because the residents start demanding more and more amenities. You need to place down the fire stations, the police stations, etc., and it all costs money. So let's just not start spending too much money and expand our city until we reach the stage where we basically generate more money that we can spend. And let's make some minor expansion here in our 4-lane road to have a room to place down the fire department and the police department. And it is very important to know that this is it is a fragile, extremely fragile situation still in the city. I mean, if you want to play it this way, of course, if you want to play it with unlimited money, then just go ahead and play your dream city. But I like to kind of simulate the real world, and this is the situation you see. I need to adjust the budget. And this is the situation where it's basically not too much fun, because you just need to place down the amenities. You just need to take care, extremely watch closely how much you spend on each things. You need to expand according to the RCI demand, and basically nothing really happens. And every time you reach a new stage in Cities Skylines with your new city, you basically need to provide new amenities for your residents, which is good. Now the fire departments and the police department, and the next stage we're gonna need to place down parks. This is good, but it also costs money. It costs money to place down these buildings, and it costs money to maintain these services. And now I'm here, I'm just planning a small kind of commercial district, nothing fancy. Again, I don't really want to plan a nice city here. I just need to reach the stage. That's what I'm aiming for right now. I need to reach a stage where we really generate more money that we can spend. So basically the one thing that I'm doing is just providing more areas according to the RCI demand, checking the services, electricity, water, etc., and basically waiting for our new residents to settle in so that we can reach the next level with our city, which is tiny town. And in this stage you can just sit back, relax and watch the simulation. Either this simulation, we are very close to reaching the next level, or if you play with your own city, just relax and watch your Sims moving in, living their life. And here we go. It is officially a tiny town. And I think at this point I'm gonna call it an episode, because we reached a very nice milestone here and we managed to stay on the positive side financially quite basically from the beginning, or once the people started moving in to our city. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to start a city in Cities Skylines without going bankrupt or without even taking out a loan. Make sure to subscribe to the Busy Orange YouTube channel, and we're still gonna have a lot to do next time when we come back, because we still haven't reached that stage where you don't need to worry about money. We still gonna have to watch closely our budget, but we are getting there, and in a couple of episodes we're gonna have enough money to build whatever we want. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one.
It sound right, boys.